I finish my food quickly and ask for the check. He looks at me and goes, "You don't mind paying for yourself, do you?" I was actually going to do that anyways. I pay and I start to get up. He follows me out to the front door and asks where I'm headed. I tell him Walmart because I have to pick up some candy for a base event that I'm hosting. He says he's coming with and hops in his car to follow me. I sigh and I try to drive fast since I know he's new and can't get around without GPS. I pull into the Walmart parking lot and he's hot on my heels. He gets out of the car and he follows me to the candy aisle. While on the way there, he receives a call and the person on the other line asks, "I met this guy back in 2020, right before the pandemic. One of my best friends was dating a guy in the Navy and he was throwing a pajama party. For context, we're all in the Air Force. We recognize this guy has been trying to talk to another friend of mine and he's there with a few of his guys. He was with a guy I'd never seen before, but he was super cute. At least under the party lights. I don't know what it is about party lights, but it needs to be investigated because I've actually been finessed by some party lights. We all know those party lights make people look a little bit different. Once the real lights turn on, you're like, oh shit." He introduced us and the guy immediately jumps into a conversation with me. I've had a few drinks, but the conversation is going well. He's funny and we talk the whole party. At the end of the party, we exchanged contact information. The next day I woke up and he texted me asking me to go to dinner that night. He had recently come to the area, so he didn't know where anything was, so I told him my favorite restaurant. We met there later that night. When we arrived, the first thing he says is, "I had to hurry and ask you out because pretty girls move on fast." I ignored his comment because why are you saying that to someone on a date? We quickly get seated and the other waitress comes over to take our order. I order a water and a cocktail and he does the same. The waiter asks for IDs and I pull out mine. He digs through his wallet for a while and goes, "Oh, I must have forgotten my ID, but I look 21 though, just hook me up." The waitress rightfully says no and that she can get in a lot of trouble for that. He keeps insisting that she just lets him have a drink, so I speak up and tell her not to worry about it. She walks away and he rolls his eyes. I ask him how old he is and he says he's 20 and asks if I'm going to share some of my cocktail, but I tell him no. He starts watching the football game on the TV behind my head in the restaurant. I try to strike up a conversation and ask him about how he likes the area and how long he's been in the Air Force and if he likes it. He says no and that he doesn't care about this military shit. He then asks me if I'm foreign. I'm 100% Black American. Are you foreign? Nah, I'm Black. And when I say no, he insists that I must be because I'm pretty. At this point, I'm bored of the conversation. I realize that my drunk goggles did a lot for the conversation and his looks. The conversation quickly dies down. The waitress brings my cocktail and both our waters to the table and asks what we want to eat. We order and go back to silence while he watches the game. Our food comes out fairly fast and he looks disappointed. I start to dig in because I'm starving, but he just stares at his meal. I ask him what's wrong and he says, "I didn't order no oysters, bruh." I say, "Well, tell them that." He declines and tells me that he will just eat it. He starts loudly gagging, so I call the waitress. Loudly gagging on your date is insane. If that didn't turn you off, he starts loudly gagging, so I call the waitress over to tell her that he doesn't want his meal, and she asks what he wants instead. Instead of answering, he dodges the question and asks her if she's drunk because she messed up his order. She gets visibly flustered and says no, and starts apologizing profusely. I tell him across the table to just order something else. Again, he ignores that and says to her, "Give me a cocktail instead." You can't drink. Let it go. It's over. She is again very flustered but stands her ground and says no, that they have a strict policy and she will get in trouble. He says, "Bruh, I'm 20. It ain't no big deal." For context, I was 21 at the time. I cut into the conversation and tell him to just order or I'm gonna leave. He laughs me off and orders wings. You should have already left. She brings our food back and the whole time she's setting his food down, he keeps saying, "Oh, she's drunk, bruh. She must be drunk." I tell him to stop and he does. I finish my food quickly and ask for the check. He looks at me and goes, "You don't mind paying for yourself, do you?" I was actually going to do that anyways. I pay and I start to get up. He follows me out to the front door and asks where I'm headed. I tell him Walmart because I have to pick up some candy for a base event that I'm hosting. He says he's coming with and hops in his car to follow me. I sigh and I try to drive fast since I know he's new and can't get around without GPS. You tried to outrun him? This isn't a movie. You can't just lose him by driving fast. I pull into the Walmart parking lot and he's hot on my heels. He gets out of the car and he follows me to the candy aisle. While on the way there, he receives a call and the person on the other line asks what he's doing and he says nothing. In Walmart with my girl. I shoot him a look and I keep walking. We arrive in the candy aisle and he starts stuffing candy into his pockets. No. I damn near yell, "Are you stealing?" "Stop or I'm going to the front to snitch on you." He gives me a look and asks if I'm serious and I let him know that I'm very much serious and I will not be getting arrested in Walmart fucking around with his ass. He sighs and he puts the candy back. This is a little boy. We arrive back at the front of the store and I pay and I walk out. He walks me to my car and asks for a kiss. I let him know that I don't kiss him the first date and I get in my car. The next day he texts me and asks if I had Bank of America trying to scam me, so I blocked him. He was from Atlanta, so I should have expected this. Why did Atlanta just catch a stray? I later found out that he got kicked out from the military for stealing and trying to use a fake penis to pass a drug test. What is wrong with this kid? What is wrong with him? He found me on Instagram a year later and asked me to help prank his girlfriend by pretending to be a girl he was involved with. So I blocked him on Instagram too. This guy is a walking meme. There are way too many things to address, so let's just address a few of them. To be honest, you didn't do anything wrong here. You held your ground. You actually spoke up for him a few times that you shouldn't have done. I know they say women mature faster than men. This isn't helping our case. He's 1 year younger than you, but he's acting like he's 10 years old. Stealing? Stealing candy. At 20, you actually handled this exceptionally well. Were very respectful, put him in his place a few times, protected him actually in ways you shouldn't have. But yeah, stories like these explains exactly why women date older.
Hey yo, that's insane. What kind of story is this, bro? Like, off the rip, my man here is immature as hell. And I mean, I'm not even surprised. The fact that he didn't even have his ID when he came to that restaurant or bar and you're trying to get a drink, it sums it up. It tells you what it is. He's a little kid. That's why he don't got his ID, bro. This guy's immature as hell, bro. Everything he does, it's like he needs some growing up to do. He's not even ready to be in a relationship or dating. And for the woman's part, what are you doing? Why are you still there? Like, them flags been popping 10 times in a second and you're just sitting there. Like, are you okay? No. Are you for sure? Are you okay? Jesus Christ. And after the date, you should have just told the man you're going home, or, you know, you should have just cut it short, ended there and then. But you let this guy follow you to the store. You're trying to lose him on the roads and all that, and then, but man still catches up to you and he finds you at the store. Like that. And then he's stealing at the store. Oh my God. I don't know what kind of date you're in or who you're with, but this is a little boy. This boy has some maturity levels to reach to, because he's missing a couple brain cells. Maybe he was dropped on the head when he was younger, bro. I can't really fault him for that, bro, because he's not right. He's not right up there. Like, he's saying he's 20, but dude acts like he's 12. Even 12-year-olds, bro, act way better than this. Like, I don't even know what this is. Wow. And then in the end, he even has the audacity, after all of this BS, a year or two later, to slide on the DMs and ask her to try and help him out with his girlfriend by making her jealous or playing some kind of weird role. Or I don't even know, bro. I don't know what kind of person this is, but this is a wild ass day. Hopefully she learned though.
What do you do for a living?
I got my CDO license. I just finished that up.
How old are you?
21.
What the fuck is a CDO?
In shorter terms, I'm a truck driver.
Fuck I look like with a truck driver.
What you mean? What do you do for a living?
I'm a risk taker.
What's your type?
Millionaires.
Have you ever been with a millionaire?
No, but I'm gonna be.
Lord have mercy.
So you mean to tell me you would rather spend all of your good years chasing a millionaire other than taking a chance with a 21-year-old that has his CDL license, probably got his own crib, own car?
Yeah, I'm chasing a bag. If you're not a millionaire, then you're not for me. I know what I bring to the table.
What do you have?
Not a Target bag.
This tells you all. This tells you how cooked we are. No, our generation is done for. No. Like, we're not even gonna try and justify this at all. We're cooked. I mean, you got women like this, bro, chasing millionaires. Like, come on. My man here got his truck driving license. At least he got a job, first of all. And let me tell you a thing. You can't really shit talk them truck drivers, bro, because they be making bank. Those guys can make over 6 figures a year, all right? Already he's bringing money in. Your ass, you ain't got no money. Look at that bag. First of all, she's faulting him for carrying a Target bag. What about you carrying an empty ass bag? What's in that bag? There's nothing, right? There's not even a single dollar bill in there. Probably not even a wallet, not even a credit card to begin with. So, I mean, how are you faulting him? And he's dumb too. Why are you standing there still? Like, you should have known you're on a different level than her, bro. Her mind is so cooked. She thinks that she's just gonna get a millionaire like that. Bro, no millionaires got them girls with BBLs and fake ass titties and already, like, what do you have? You can't even afford that, bro.
Bitch, my boyfriend, ex-boyfriend, literally just broke up with me 30 fucking minutes ago, and tell me why I'm not sad. I think it just hasn't hit me yet. Maybe when the drinks are in, I'm like, apparently, I was asking for too much. Like, bro, just say you're a fucking bitch. I'm just kidding. He was pretty cool, I guess, other than the fact that he broke up with me. Not that cool, but honestly, city girls up, ain't got time for that. We do live together, though, so if we end up getting back together, mind your own fucking business, bitch. He came and apologized to Big Mama, the fuck? Oh my God, I think this foundation is too dark for me. I'm using the motherfucking you don't give a fuck, huh? You really don't give a fuck. I am really gonna stand on business this time. At least I'ma try. If I fold a little bit, like, don't be mad at me, but, like, for real, I'ma try. Before y'all start getting all fucking crazy and shit, he didn't beat a bitch. He didn't drop kick a bitch. He didn't slap a bitch. He didn't nothing physical. but emotional, where it hurts, you know?
Right, what's your biggest ick?
Okay, so it might be a bit rogue, but when a boy gets hit by like a slow moving car.
Not my man here with a whole full-on list. God damn. My man's writing everything down. Bro, stop writing, because guess what? You're just gonna keep writing forever until you're old ass, man. You know, if you keep writing on these notes, it's never finished. It's a whole long ass list. It's not just one thing. And to talk about this video of what she just said, like, this girl is a lunatic, bro. I don't even know if she has common sense. I guess that's what they say. Common sense ain't not so common.
Why the fuck is everybody either stuck on their ex, they want to hook up with every heartbeat on the block, or they'll lead you on and then say they don't want a relationship because they're stuck on their ex or they want to fuck everybody on the block? What the fuck is that? Alright, I've been single now for, I want to say 4 years now. I've been in one relationship. I've had one girl that I've called my girlfriend. I dated her for 3 or 4 years, and we dated from age 16 to 19, 20, and then we broke up, and I haven't dated anybody since. I have talked to people, I've entertained, kind of like talking stages and almost relationships, but never actually dated somebody. And I'm just wondering, like, what happened to our world of dating? Like, I should have been born in the 80s, where you talk to a girl, you say, hey, like, let's go out on a date, and then you go out on a date, you decide, hey, I like you, let's go out on another date, and then you go on another date, and then you say, hey, let's date, and then you date, and then you get married. What happened to that? What the fuck happened to dating in your early 20s or your late 20s or at all? I mean, I be seeing old people go through this shit too. So yeah, I need some answers.
And that's what I mean. Our generation is so cooked. This is our dating generation. That's why dating is so bad. Like, I feel like dating in the 40s, 60s, whatever, 70s, 80s, those were the days, bro. Nowadays, this is what we're dealing with. This is BS, bro. It's all the age of social media. It's all of these expectation, hookup culture, people with hidden agendas and just superficial, selfish ass, bro. Come on, bro. And you got like women over here faulting men just because of their height or the color shoes and socks they're wearing or the haircut or the mustache. Come on, boy. Yeah, man, I feel like back in the days, the old generation, bro, they had it good. They definitely did have it good, man. Like, if you like somebody, I guess you're meeting them face to face, bro. You guys are actually taking a nice walk. Whereas, like, you know, if you go on a walk to the park, whatever, as a date, that's not bad. Nowadays, you got like people wanting for you to spend a bag on them and take them to like 5-star restaurant when you just met them 5 seconds ago. Like, what? And let's not talk about the fact that you gotta pay for their heavy ass dinner and they're gonna ghost you right after. And they know that too, but they're just using you for a dinner. Like, the intentions be wild as hell, bro. And it's hidden motives out here. It's dangerous out here. That's why y'all gotta protect yourself. I'm telling you. Even these marriages ain't working, bro. There's high levels of divorces. It's just so nasty out here, man. But yeah, I feel like they had it better back in the days. Anyways, guys, that's a video. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, let me know what y'all thought. Comment about that story about that woman who went on a date with that little child, bro. That guy who was like 20 years old, bro, but he was so immature for his age. Oh my goodness. Never in my life have I ever heard of a man as immature as him for a 20-year-old too. Damn. But yeah, let me know what y'all thought about that, and I'm gonna talk to you guys in the next video. All right, peace.